Hey guys, okay, thanks for joining me on my first coffee convo. And so today I'm going to talk about the laundry room disarray, organization, minimizing, and sanitizing that I did on Instagram a couple of days ago. So let's talk about the before picture when everything was just crazy. You'll see bags of clothes, you'll see a couple toys that were there, but that was majority of it. And there was a white wire basket that I use actually a lot for an organization that I do with clothes. So let's start with the bag of clothes that you saw there. They had already been organized, and they are organized into donation, outgrown, and then like a friend pile. And that, so there's 3 piles that go on, and so those just really needed to be moved into the garage. And then obviously the donation I would take. The friend pile works really well if you have a friend who has a child that could use the clothes. And then there's the outgrown pile. And this is great if you are a mom and you have multiple kids or even just one. And this is what I use the white wire basket for, is that's where I'll put like the outgrown clothes. I have a 6-year-old who obviously outgrows his clothes, and I have twins. So I will take those clothes that he outgrows, label them into a bin, and then I will save them for my twins. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that my twins are in the same size at the same season that my older was at, but majority right now it's been working out just fine. So those are kind of how I organize my clothes. And that white wire basket is where I put all the outgrown clothes. So if I see that my oldest isn't fitting into a shirt, I will take a mental note of it, and then when it comes out of the laundry, I will put it in that basket and then fold it, put it in a bin marked with the size and the season, and put it in the garage. So it's like a little process, but I'm telling you, it is perfect and it works really well. And sometimes I'll make a little pile next to it, which is like a donation, like it can't even be saved for my twins or something like that. So, and then I have a friend pile that obviously I will phone a friend and be like, hey, I have some clothes. Would you like them? I have done those JBF sales and they're just not worth it for me. I spent a lot of time tagging, if you're familiar with them, and then you have to volunteer your time to get a bigger percentage of your sale. So it just ended up, for me, I think I actually did the numbers one time and I ended up losing money between the tagging and the volunteering of my time, and then you have to go back and pick it up. It's just a lot for a little return. What I did use it for that I actually found helpful were for the bigger items, not clothes. So the bigger items would be like walkers, play gyms, car seats, and so the bigger items, think bigger, not clothes, because there is like a whole swarm of clothes at these sales. And it really works out. To me, it actually worked out negative. Like I made no money on it. So I'd rather just do my clothes like that and save myself the time. So that's the clothes organization. And I could use like a bigger basket to catch all of this, but I want to keep my task small. So when that gets full, it literally maybe takes me 10 minutes to do that basket, to put donation, friend, and outgrown. I usually mainly use it for the outgrown clothes, but if it happens to have other stuff around it, that's what it's for. And it takes me 10 minutes. So if I were to get a bigger bin, if it were to get full, the longer the task would take me. So I just keep it small and simple. And I think that's a real key that you'll see in that laundry room. It's very minimal, it's simple, and it's practical. There's not a lot going on in there. So, and then you saw in the before picture, there were a little bit of toys in there. And I take those to the garage as well. In the garage, I'll have a toy rotation, and that's where I'll take those toys. My kids like to bring toys that I haven't brought down sometimes into the house, and that will drive me crazy. So I will pick those toys back up and I will take them back to the garage. So that's where the toys went. There is a small toy rotation. I don't have like a set schedule on that. I know some moms are amazing on that. It just, for me, it's, I'll bring something down. They haven't played with this for a while and I'll bring it into the house. So a toy rotation's good. Because if I were to have all those toys in the house at once, it would drive me bonkers. So I just keep it out there, bring it in as needed. And even sometimes we'll hang out in the garage and the kids will play with the toys out there. Perfectly fine, and they put them back and I'm good. So the mess kind of stays there. So that's where the toys went. I had a small bag of unpopped popcorn kernels, and I used that for a sensory bin that I did back in October, and I thought I was going to use them for something else. So I kind of just tossed that away. And then after you saw it's all cleaned up, I wiped the tops and everything. And then there was like 3 white baskets on top, and one of them had my laundry ingredients. So I make my own laundry soap here. It's perfect. I love it. But I'll keep one bin for laundry soap ingredients. And so that was what one bin held. The other one I think held like very minimal cleaning supplies. And I think in there I had like Clorox wipes and like those little dusters. And those are for fans. So that's what was in there. I don't remember what was in the third one, which is probably nothing. So it means I could get rid of it. But I don't really know what was in the third one. Oh, dog stuff. Like her brush, vitamins, flea medicine, medication that she takes. That's where we keep her our dog basket within a basket. And then there was like 1 roll of paper towels because my husband hates not having them. So I kind of keep just 1 in there. Otherwise he would use all of them. So that was the third basket. And then right next to it was like the cleaning towels that I'll use to wipe down. Probably should keep those in the kitchen, but I keep them in the laundry room. And then you saw my containers for battery recycling, my containers for new batteries, and then light bulbs. I do recycle batteries. So when that is full, I'll just put it in a gallon bag, and then when trash day comes, I will put it out. Everybody should be recycling batteries. Don't throw them in your trash because that's not where they go. So I will just do that. I will throw old batteries into the recycle, and then underneath there you saw a container that said new batteries, and I keep new batteries there. So AA, AAA, and I think D, and it has one of those toy screwdrivers because obviously that's what toys use. And that's great. We always just keep refilling that. And that's worked out really well. And then underneath there, I had light bulbs. And I feel like there are light bulbs going off everywhere in this house, between ceiling fans, lamps, night lights, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what that is. It catches all those light bulbs, and they're all new and stuff like that. So that's the organization on the shelf. And I think you saw my laundry soap off to the left, your right, I think. And then there was some vinegar. I used that in my laundry. And then we also keep our keys in there and stuff like that. So the laundry room, once it's clean, is very functional. It's not really like a storage area. Everything in there does get used. So I highly recommend having a functional, practical, and very minimal laundry room. It helps with just the process and system that you have running in your home. And that's what I've kind of really learned. And I really like it, especially the clothes, because the clothes will drive you nuts if you do it once a month. I have 4 kids, so to do that once a month, it's an all-day task, and I hate it. It wastes time. So this way, I'll take a mental note of what's kind of outgrown on my kids, and when they put it into the wash, I will take it out and just put it on top, and then I'll sort it that way. It has saved me a lot of time, and I really like it. I highly suggest it if you don't already have like a clothes rotation and how it works, especially with the seasons here in California. there's like 4, so it's not like just winter, summer, winter, summer. So that's really helped. And like I said, that task really only took me 20 to 30 minutes, and I think that's with me stopping to help one of my kids. So it didn't take that long. And honestly, once it was all said and done, it looks amazing. I even wiped down like the doors, the wall, dryers, washers, and stuff like that. So that's kind of my process when I do all my organizing and minimizing in the house. I always organize, I always minimize, and then I sanitize. So I always clean it too, and then I put it back. So it works. At the end of the month, I'm going to go through and do my January challenge like checkup, and we'll talk more about more of a system of how I do things. So, thank you for joining me on my first coffee convo. I hope this kind of gave you a little bit of information on how to do things. If not, find an idea and maybe run with it in a way that works for you, because that's kind of what happens is I will share information, but I want you to apply it to a system that works for you, because not every system is going to work for every family. Especially, we're a family of 6, so what's minimal to us will seem like a lot to somebody else. But everything has a function and everything has a place. So I hope that helped. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.